Morning, everyone. I forgot to change the title, it looks like. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? All right, let's give it a second for everyone to get in, and we will get started. If anyone has any questions in the meantime, let me know. What is up? Where's everyone? Where's everyone coming in from? Where's everyone from? Always like to see. Always like to see. So, thoughts on Mike's trades? I don't know who that is. No idea who that is. What's up, Bino? How you doing? What's up, Genuine? Fort Lauderdale. Dallas, Michigan. Arizona. Jersey Shore. Look at you. I love the Jersey Shore. So, SPY up 0.4%. Q's up 0.56%. All right, everything is green here pre-market. So, have this charted out, right? I drew these little circles just to help everyone identify support and resistances and why I have the lines drawn where I do. Right, previous resistance, support, support, resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, right? This is how, right, I identify those lines and how I end up drawing them. So I don't know if that's helpful or not to you guys, but just shows, you know, how old resistance becomes a new support and vice versa. Right, old support becomes a new resistance. Okay. Let me get these. So, SPY, right, up 0.4% here pre-market. We have this previous support at 447.37. Right, previous resistance, support, support. We're sitting right above that. We're kind of at this range. We also have this level here, right? Previous support acted as support. So if this can break, the next resistance above, next major resistance is 451. We can also use the 450 psychological level too. So I'll draw that as well, 450. So a bunch of levels above. Market was pretty weak on Friday, huge sell-off. So let's see. Qs also, right? We have this huge shelf here again. I'm going to be looking at that level, looking to take puts into it if it starts to reject. Right, this is what we did last week. We played puts in off of it, and it was a great setup. Right, so huge shelf here at 375. If it can reject, I'd look to take puts. We also have a double bottom here below. Right, previous resistance, support, support, support. So if this starts to break to the downside, it needs to break this 372 level. Right, 372 needs to break the downside. If that breaks, we have a gap to fill, right? We could definitely see some big weakness if that 372 level drops. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Okay. Top setups today. BABA, really like this. Higher lows, lower highs. We have a gap to the downside and a gap to the upside. We have this previous resistance at 98.49, which acted as another resistance and another resistance. Okay. So if this can break 98.5, let's just say, I think we see a move all the way up to 100 plus. If we break this double, triple bottom below, I think we see a move back down to 94, 95 or so. NVIDIA. NVIDIA looks pretty bearish to me, honestly. Right, we have these lower and lower highs. We are in this range here. We're up 1% here pre-market, but kind of have this bearish wedge here. Right below this previous support, acting as a new resistance. And we have this big major level here at 439.9. We could just say 440 to make it easy. Yeah, BABA has earnings this week also on Thursday. Okay, so just keep note of that. Thank you, Sai. Can I explain how I use the cloud indicator and post a link to the indicator? I don't use it. It's pretty much here just for looks. I don't actually use the EMAs. But I like how it just helps me identify trend, pretty much. You know, it just helps clean up the charts a bit, but don't need it. Definitely don't need it. Right, without it, it looks a little naked. It just kind of helps a little bit. That's really it. EMAs are lagged, right? They move after price, so you know it's never good to trade based off something that happened already in the past. Okay. So the Tesla news just dropped. Tesla announced CFO Zachary Kirkhorn has stepped down from his role at the company as of August 4th. So he stepped down. Tesla showing weakness now. Tesla has appointed, I'm going to say this wrong, but Vaibhav as CFO in addition to his current role as Chief Accounting Officer. So now this guy is CFO and CAO, Chief Accounting Officer. I wonder if he'll show up here yet. No, not yet. I just saw that on Twitter. I could post that though if you guys want. So that is the news there. Post it in the members chat in the Discord. Which is why Tesla is dropping a bit here. Okay, so NVIDIA, we got this bearish wedge looking to play. If this breaks the downside, 445 could take puts. Would need it to break 440. 440 is that big level to keep an eye on. Okay, and then we have, if this breaks the upside, right, we do have this flag here, so it can break there. 458.4, you have a gap to fill to the upside. Netflix, right? Netflix is flagging again, right? We had this flag right into that previous support. We broke out, nice move, and now we're creating this flag. Perfect flag. We're sitting at the support. So I'm going to look to take this. We could even, you know, potentially swing this trade as long as this bottom holds, right? I would look to go long and hold it over, you know, this 430 level or so, right? This previous support here. But if it breaks down, it can definitely go short through there. Let's see. Right, we can enter long 436.5, this previous resistance, and the target would be, this high here. 445 would be the first target, and then we have a big gap to fill to the upside. All right, if everyone could drop a like on the video, that'd be great. That would be great. So Tesla now down 0.3% here pre-market. It's approaching these lows. If Tesla takes that 250.5, we're going to see some more lows. So it's already showing weakness. Almost down 0.5% already. Meta has this pretty solid flag here, right? Previous support. Up 0.75% pre-market. If these lows can hold, right, it needs to hold the zone. If it does, I think we could start to curl around and break to the upside. All right, we have this double top here, or let's say triple top actually, right? Resistance. Right, if we can hold here, it's going to start to curl to the upside, push through 318.41. If that breaks, we're seeing 323 plus. All right, if this, then that. Always think like that mentality. All right. We're also kind of lining up here, right? You know, support. So it's starting to curl, you know, which is exactly what we wanted to see. So Meta definitely looks solid. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Set my alerts above and below. And we could take that as a potential swing also. If anyone has any questions about anything, let me know. But we got some solid setups today for both sides if the market moves to the upside or downside. Microsoft also looks like it's going to be setting up again, right? This wedge into this previous support, right? Previous double bottom here, acted as another triple bottom here. If this can hold and we could start to move to the upside here, I think we break out and push to 342 plus. Okay. Google, let's take a look. So last week held this triple bottom here, right? We have this previous resistance at 127, acted as a support now, right? Support, 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 kind of creating a little higher low. It's trading within this range now. If it can hold here, I think we could definitely start to break out and potentially see new highs here. Just needs to hold here though. AMD needs more time. It's been consolidating for super, super long. That's really it on that one. Amazon, not really interested. Just sitting up there. No really consolidation or setup or anything. Apple, right? Huge, huge sell-off last week, right? On earnings. So drop down from this rising wedge, gap down, push to this previous level here, continue to fail. Not really a good setup. I mean, we could play a bottom reversal, but it's just a little sketchy. No really, no setup there. Coin's just been in this range. No really setup there either, unless it could start to curl and break out here. Square, nothing there. Shop, not interested. Rivian, potentially, not really. So we'll stick with these setups here. Did I go over SPY? Yes, I did, but charts right here. 450, I think, would be the long entry here. Short entry, if this 448 rejects, we push down to 447. I like Q's set up a little bit better. All right, we have this huge shelf here at 375. If that rejects, I think we see 372. But again, my favorite setup so far, BABA, NVIDIA, Netflix, Meta. So we got a bunch of names to look at open. Bunch of names to look at. All right, anyone have any questions? Questions? Ask now or forever hold your peace. Ask now or forever hold your peace. How do you know if it rejects, like what time frame? There's really no specific time frame, right? Just because a candle rejects off of a 5 minute or it doesn't close over on a 5 minute chart doesn't really mean anything. You just have to play the setup and the support and resistance. You have to create a plan going into each trade. If Tesla breaks 250, where do I see the next major support level? Let's take a look. So it's sitting there right now, down 1.2% here pre-market, showing a lot of weakness. All right, we have this previous support here, support at 248.25, and then next level below that is like down here at 242. So maybe we can even trade this, play the weakness on that news. That's definitely a possibility. Thoughts on Disney? So let's see. Disney sitting at this low again. Just keeps going. It's been in a massive downtrend. It also has a tough time breaking out every single time. I wouldn't really touch it. Like, look at this overall trend. So I'm not really a fan of trading Disney. Let's see what everything else is doing. Just keep an eye. Meta's looking pretty solid. I like this. If it can hold here, it looks like it can curl up, but if it doesn't hold, it's going to see a big drop. So, solid risk to reward in either direction. Tesla, that news kind of killed it. Okay. Pivotal levels, Adobe. Adobe. So, right, it's kind of creating this little, got a double bottom here, lower highs, needs to hold this double bottom, 522.22. Just needs to hold this double bottom here. That's really it. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Sitting at that support. I'm leaning into, I'm just really curious what happens with Qs, right? This huge shelf here is going to be tough to break. It's going to be very, very tough to break. And if it does break, we also have this heavy resistance above here. Right? This previous support acted perfectly as a resistance last week. Right? Perfectly rejected, which is what caused a huge sell-off. So any single time these resistance have been hit, there's been a big sell-off. Right? There's a lot of selling pressure up here. So that's really it, folks. SPY, QQQ top watch at open. Baba will be watching, and NVIDIA will be watching. I really like NVIDIA to the downside if it rejects here. I needed to reject these levels here, and downside looks very, very solid. If it can break through 440, we got a lot of downside to go. Right, nice retest, bear flag. Right, if I inverse this chart, everyone would take this to the upside here. Yellow line's just support and resistance. Yep. Thank you, Bino. Appreciate you. If anyone has any further questions, you can always ask me on Twitter or the Discord, wherever works. I answer everyone. So I'm going to get set up for the Zoom. I will see every VIP member in the